MNTrauma users whose permissions are set to Facility Registry Administrator have the ability to manage the accounts of the other trauma registry users in the hospital. So in order to manage accounts, navigate to the Users tab. And here you'll see a list of all the account holders for your hospital. To add a new trauma registry user, click the Add User button on the right-hand side. You'll see a series of fields to complete. The first name and the last name are required as indicated by this red asterisk. These other fields are optional. The email address is required also. And the reason the email address is required is because if this user forgets their password or enters the wrong password a few times in a row, the system will lock them out. And if they need to reset their password, the system depends on this email field being populated so that it knows where to send the temporary password. The next field to complete is the username, and you can really choose any username that isn't already in use by the system. And then choose a password. Now this is going to be a temporary password, and we're going to require Susan to change her password as soon as she logs in for the first time. So pick a password. Then check the Reset Password box. What that will do is compel Susan to change her password to one of her own choosing the first time that she logs in. And then the final question is, which permission group do you want Susan to be in? We have three options. The default is the lowest permission setting, which is the Facility Peer Review Committee. Facility staff folks can view trauma registry records, and they can add trauma registry records and edit them. Facility registry administrators can do all of that, and they can also delete those registry records. They can also set up staff, and they can set up and manage accounts for users on the system. So in this case, since Susan is going to be a registrar, we're going to set her as facility staff. And then save. And as you can see, her account has been set up. We're going to go back in and edit her profile now. If at some time in the future we want to change Susan's permission group from facility staff to one of these other permission groups, it's important that you remember to ensure that these two boxes are checked. Simply changing the drop-down from facility staff to facility administrator doesn't actually change the account holder's permission settings. In order to actually change the permission settings, these two boxes have to be checked also. If at some point this user is no longer in need of a trauma registry account, you can inactivate the account by clicking this Inactivate button. That will prevent the user from being able to log into the system anymore. If a user in your hospital enters the incorrect password more than 5 times, or is inactive, that is, they don't log into the system for 250 days, the system will automatically suspend the user's account. And if that's the case, they have to contact you as the administrator. You can go in here and unsuspend their account. You can save those settings, and you're done.